The following video you are about to watch contains adult language. Probably didn't need to say that, but I will, because just in case someone is bothered by that. Tacos. Don't you know that you are a shooting star? Moratorium. Yeah. Don't you know that? Hi. I should do an actual intro, huh? I'm gonna do that. Hey, hi ho, and howdy everybody. My name is Shannon Elshook, and welcome once again to something here on the channel. This here something, be that there Darling In The Franxx. It's one of my faves. I love it. Last episode was good. Made me a little sad. It made me a little sad. And then it didn't, and it was all like, victory and shit, and then I wasn't as sad. So I think that's a positive. Anyway, hey, hi, ho, and howdy, everybody, because I'm gonna double down on that shit. Yeah, my name is Shannon Elshook, and welcome to Darling In The Franxx episode 7. It's gonna be great. I believe it is entitled Shooting Star Moratorium, hence the reason I picked the song Shooting Star by Bad Company, which was released at some point in history. Don't know what time it was, because I didn't bother looking it up. Point is, it was a good song. Got lots of good memories from that. I always really liked that song. And that's all I have to say about that. Let's talk about the actual episodes. Yeah, so we're checking out Darling In The Franxx episode 7. In the last episode, we was the gang, the squaw, if you will, to use my own really dumb terminology from the Pokemon games. We was off defending the plantations while I had nothing to do with it. Point is, the kids had all the shit to do with it. They're off there defending the plantations from Ogrezilla boy thing monster and his army of goons. And they was all blowing shit up. And then the Franxx folks was blowing them up, and all the blowing up was happening. And then Hero was with Zero Two, and they were like, "We're gonna save the day," and then they didn't, and then they got the shit kicked out of them. And then Hero died, which was weird. I mean, I know some people just do that sometimes. I mean, I'm not here to judge. I mean, come on, Hero, you do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna pass judgment upon you, good sir, but maybe don't die in the middle of an important battle. We need you not to die. Come on, my man. Anyway, through the power of love, he said, "Oh, it's okay, guys, I got this," and then got back up again and was losing her fucking mind balls, buckets of brains, and she was just going crazy. And then he was like, "Nah, son, I got you." I don't know why he's calling her son. Don't make no sense. That's a very strange relationship I've painted them into. Admittedly, the relationship's already kind of strange, so I didn't, like, don't worry. Anyway, then they got up and then proceeded to beat the ever-loving shit out of Ogre Boy, who probably had a name. I think it actually absolutely had a name. It's just I don't remember. Was it Gutenberg? Or were the other ones Gutenbergs? I don't know. But I'm getting Police Academy flashbacks. He was in that, right? Steve Gutenberg? Am I making that up? Damn it. Anyway. I think he was. I have no idea. I cannot picture who Steve Gutenberg is in my head. I've heard the name about 100 times in the past, like, 2 years. For reasons I can't even begin to understand. But I have no idea what he looks like. I just know he exists. And that he was in the Police Academy movies. And also Lava Lantula. Anyway, point is, yeah, so that all happened. Ichigo got really sad and proceeded to friend-zone the ever-living shit out of herself. Thanks, girl, by the way. I appreciate that. It makes me so fucking sad. It really does. Poor girl, just, she gotta get some friendship and happiness and love and joy in her goddamn life. It's gonna break my fucking heart. Goddamn. Yeah. So, that needs to happen here at some point. I don't know who's gonna be responsible. Hero? Maybe y'all get into a lovely 3-person situ radiation of happiness, or you don't. I'm not here to like push you in a direction. You do you. I don't know. You got a thing with polygamy in the goddamn Darling in the Franxx universe? I don't know. They don't say. They don't make no goddamn sense with 90% of things that they do in relation to sexuality. I don't know what the fuck is going on in the show. Anyway, we're gonna watch it and we're gonna find out. All that happened. Yeah, I just keep seeing her goddamn face when she thinks Hero has died, and because it's adorable, but also incredibly depressing. Because it's like the ugliest of ugly cries, but it's also adorable too. Point is, I mean, I hope she's not crying now. I know she isn't, because I actually saw the first like 4.5 seconds of this episode because I had to figure out the subtitles, and then, all I can say is I'm ready to figure out what's going on. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to check this out. Is episode 7, Shooting Star Moratorium. We're going to watch this shit in approximately 3 to 74, 48, and 19. Go. I'm glad I did that to myself and everyone watching. Hi. What up, baby girl? Excuse me? We're having a goddamn beach episode? Because that was not what's going to be expected in this show. Come on, Miku. Live a little, baby girl. Why is everyone baby girl? I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm very confused as to what's going on and how it's going on. But I'm intrigued. I choose to believe it's all a simulation. We're on the holodeck right now. Well, shout out to Nana then. Dude, if you guys have to fight a sea monster Klaxus, so I'm going to be intrigued. I'm fucking right there with you, my boy. Don't look too hard. Oh. 0-2 rocking the 2 or 1 piece. Damn it. I mean, optimism's good. Oh, she is kind of adorable with a ponytail. Also, my man's got some chest business going on. I'm assuming that was where I believe my man's in the comments referred to it as like blue dino AIDS goo. Whatever it was. Yeah, that was where that was, right? Also, I didn't realize this, but I think didn't in the last episode did they not have the intro play? I'm pretty sure they didn't. They're like they had the cold open and I was like expecting it, and then I don't think it ever actually happened. And again, the show doesn't have me completely hooked on a soundtrack quite like A Place for in the Universe does. That show is just absurdly good in every song that manages to show up in it, to the point of, if you didn't see last episode, it made me cry like a little bitch. And the music didn't hurt. But I do really, for what kind of little bit of music we've gotten throughout, I do enjoy. Again, I think I mentioned it in the previous episode. I like the triumphant theme that shows up every once in a while during the fights. I can dig it. I respect it. And I don't hate this a song that's going on here in the intro. Again, honestly, now that I've seen it, 0-2 rocks the fuck out of that ponytail. You should just have that all the time, please. I've never been a big ponytail guy in real life, but goddamn does it work for anime girls sometimes. Yeah, maybe. Okay. The Grand Crevasse? So much fucking scheming, and I don't know what any of it means. Take it as that doesn't happen. It's not a usual thing that's just happening. Hello, creepy doctorman. Man's got a robot fetish. I'm just gonna... You! I remember seeing you at the end of the last episode. What the fuck is your deal, my man? Stellar, probably. Aside from the grab-assy bits, so far Dr. Franxx seems cool with me. I feel okay with his presence. Again, aside from the... Oh. Oh my god. Spontaneous, portrait view. Yeah, something tells me there's definitely more to them just going to be there, other than just making it a beach episode, which... I'm not gonna say that you're wrong, I don't want to, admit to it, That's the thing. It's true. It wouldn't be anime if... Yeah. God damn it. Check out those 02. Hilarious. Okay. I was never big on the ocean thing. I love swimming and I love the water and whatnot, but the fact that there's shit out there which could just eat the ever-living shit out of me or just bite me or do anything like that bugs me. I know what. It's a good point. She has a very good point. Right, when she very first showed up, she was all about, like, I want to see what the ocean's like. That is a scar. Headphones, did you honestly just turn off on me for no reason whatsoever? Oh, hello. Is that what it is? Like, don't get me wrong, I give you the second part. Ooh, calling you out with the oh, Jason's back. Again, should have expected. Motherfucker never dies. Damn you, Voorhees. I mean... I forgot her name, and I can't remember it. But I like her, she seems cool. I don't know if she's Mitsuru's partner. Is that the Ikuno? There you go. Was that the Jian or whatever? The bird with the wings and the doodah and the stuff? Dude, it's really nice to read out on the beach. That's what I did last time I was at the beach. Just chilling on the... Read the fuck out of some Spice and Wolf is what I did. Yeah, that's a reason to celebrate. The power of friendship, is that what you found? You could probably goddamn use it. You know, when I came for the fan service, I wasn't expecting to get Zerome's ass. It's alright. Oh, goddamn. He's using the best friend powers to get it out of him. Please, please, no one, you know. Okay, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is what I didn't want to happen. Ichigo, you gotta stop this. Ooh, this could lead to a thing. Dude, we got all the sex. And I mean that as S-E-C-S... damn it, I didn't... Okay. Fuck. You find some motherfucking ancient ruins and shit? Get your goddamn Nathan Drake Tomb Raider shit on? Now that's the ultimate crossover that needs to happen. My man talking shit again? I missed what he was saying. I was too busy talking about fucking the most ambitious crossover in history. Do they at least understand what the concept of love is? I would assume not, considering all of the questions and shit. It's such a weird and cool world that this lives in, but just it always intrigues the fuck out of me. Damn, Ichigo looks good. I mean, damn it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm very curious what gets the world to, from looking like that to what they got now. Assumedly, I would assume the Klaxosaurus have something to do with it. That seems like some potentially world-ending shit. Looks like it would probably have been a nice place before it got completely fucked. It actually looks a fuck ton like their house, right? Am I crazy for thinking that? I need to go back and look. Yeah. Hmm. Some good ass questions. Get the fucking Scooby Gang on this shit. What you up to there, baby girl? Wait, what does that say? Reception and... Damn it, I need to go back. Reception and... Dispensary? Dispensary? Reception and dispensary? Oh, damn. That could lead to some... shit. Yeah, it's probably not for the best. I will say, just to be completely upfront and honest, the internet is not always kind when it comes to, you know, keeping everything in the show a secret to me. So I do know there's some shit, presumably very recently to what the release is now, involving Kokoro, that looks like some shit, and I'm kind of wish I didn't know about it, but I guess we'll just go along. It's fine. Please don't pick a fight, you two. Mm. Yeah, and then flip-flops, by the way. Shit wears out on your feet pretty good. Can. It's a nice fucking place to live. I'd totally be all for it. I love living next to the ocean and shit. I'm stuck up here in the goddamn mountains. You can't fucking be anywhere near that kind of thing. It's depressing. Oh, looks fucking delicious. I mean, at least you're asking questions. Yeah. Be part of the fam. It's all good. Dude, you guys gonna have some fucking s'mores? Do it up. I feel like that's gonna go wrong. It's gonna go all wrong. It's fucking hot cocoa? I mean, that would make sense. Yeah, again, that's why I would assume that the world went to shit. But is that the case? I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck the Clexosaurs even are. So... I mean, at least you take pride in what you do. Fucking, yeah, you did. Because you've been a sassy douche the entire time. Not as bad as Mitsuru, but... So it's nice when you're not that way. You're just kind of a fun, goofy little bastard. Yeah, again, right? You're all a big fucking family. Yeah. I mean, look at him. Of course he does. Motherfucker looks like me. All right, then. So I'm Hero, and I like long walks on the beach. Oh, that's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. God damn it, Ichigo, you make it so hard not to just completely and utterly love you. Interesting that you guys know that. That's cool. I just assume y'all know nothing. Hey now. Howdy, Ichigo. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna cry. This would be another good time for face cam, because I just got a big old smile plastered in my face. In it? I don't, that's weird. On it. There we go, nailed it. Oh. Oh. Holy shit, it's kryptonite. Superman's coming down. Watch out for Smallville. Gonna fuck up the Kent's lives. It's just giant smile plastered on my face. I'm sorry that you can't see it, even though you definitely don't want to, because I look like I do. Hi, all these lovely pictures. Well, damn. Okay, so yeah, no, I know every single episode I mention it, and I'm sure it's just grating to everyone's earballs, but goddamn, I love Ichigo as a character. She's just so fucking fun and adorable and cute, which is kind of the same exact thing that I just said. You know, she honestly is becoming one of my favorite, not just character in the show, she's already my fucking favorite in the show, but of all times. That's kind of amazing. That's an awesome picture. Can I have that as a fucking poster in my room? I want that. Preferably without all the credits in front of them, but that's just me. But yeah, no, she's such a fucking fun character. I love it. It's great. It's awesome. Wonderful. Spectacular. Also, I liked this little outro we got. Also, it's not lost on me that they're always showing off the female characters and never the male characters, because, I mean, we all know what we came here for. Probably a lot of people came for, like, mechs and shit, but I'm just like, I mean, more power to you if that's what you're all about, but, I mean, I cannot agree. Anyway, you know, I actually really, really enjoyed this episode. It's no secret that I adore fun, character-driven shit. So this episode was like all that, and I just had a really good time. We got little bits of things with like world building and history and shit, because we got to see some like normal ass looking civilization. Well, as normal as something that used to look normal and then got fucking fallouted or some shit. You know, that kind of thing. So that was really cool. And again, I'm very interested at this point to know quite what it is that drove the whole world into the state that it is now. Again, I'm under the assumption that it was like the Klaxosaurs and them drilling for magma energy or whatever the fuck they were talking about. But I don't know. I'm very interested. And again, the whole Klaxosaur thing in general seems really weird to me, because I'm like, are they organic? Did that shit just come out the earth? Or did someone make that shit? Or is someone continuing to make said shit? I don't know, but I'm intrigued. I wants to know some mores in my brain box. Let's see, what else we got? We got a ton of fun moments with everyone. Again, 02 in a ponytail is the greatest, and I know that that's not going to stick around, but I'm really sad that it's not, because she fucking rocks that shit. Again, I couldn't give less of a fuck about a ponytail in real life, but goddamn if it doesn't just fucking work for some anime girls. Her and fucking Nanami from the Who's and What's It of my favorite of the shows. Yeah. I rock that shit. Yeah, it was cool to see a bit more interaction. I find it interesting that the gang is slowly all together, learning more and more about the more interesting shit that 02 is bringing to the table, like the kissing and all that shit. I find that interesting, and again, from the moment they started asking him what it was, I knew that Jerome was gonna try and fucking kiss him. Was not disappointed. Speaking of Jerome, I gotta give my man's props, because again, he started off as such a fucking douche, and that's the big problem. Is, you know, he started off that way, and I knew there's always a chance for redemption. I'm glad that he seems to be getting a little bit. He seems to be much more accepting of everyone now, which I really do appreciate. He's still an antsy little bastard, but he's a fun, antsy little bastard, at least from what we got to see. And hopefully he keeps up that, you know, the good spirits, the smiles, and the jokes. Because, I mean, I could consider him a part of the best buddy squad if he actually continues to keep that up, rather than reverting to his old ways and whatnot. Mitsuru, I think my man's still got some work. He might even mean well in the end, but goddamn does he not know how to show it. Just got perpetual fucking douche face all the time. Like condescending dickbag. So here's hoping that doesn't last forever. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It seems like him and Ikano are Ikanu? Yep. Just in a fucking canoe all goddamn day long, rowing on a boat down the fucking river. Ikano. Definitely don't seem to be on the greatest of terms, which is no real surprise considering he dicked her over at the earlier when he got the chance to jump in with 02. So, you know, I don't fucking blame her. I'd be probably a little shitty about it as well. Let's see, what else? Kokoro, we got a little bit more. With a little bit with her. Again, again, it really does bug me. It's one of those few things, like, again, there's nothing I really could have done about it. I follow people who follow this show, so it's not surprising that every once in a while I'm just gonna get, you know, oh, hey, that would have been something that would be real cool to have seen completely blind. I don't think it's gonna really ruin it for me. It just kind of suck. It's like, I started ReZero last week, and I already, because the internet is the internet, have some things spoiled for me. And it's just like, well, I mean, it's not gonna ruin my enjoyment of the show, but it does suck. It does suck that I'm potentially missing out on something that would have been really interesting or really aggravating or really cool to hear on my own, you know? Just, what are you gonna do? I don't blame anyone. I'm not like, hey, Crunchyroll, how dare you put your shit on the Twitter? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I follow you. It's my fault. But yeah, no. So that kind of sucks. But I mean, it is what it is. It's probably fine. I'm not gonna go into it again, just because we still gotta. I'm assuming it's way down the line as to where everyone else is right now. So. But yeah, it should be a thing. But yeah, no. She obviously went off and ended up finding the childbirth book, which intrigues me because I feel like that could potentially definitely lead to some stuff. Again, shit I probably have been spoiled on, but you know, it could lead to some interesting things, and I think that is my favorite part of like the world building history part of all of it, is them slowly uncovering just what the fuck normal human beings do in relation to each other when they're in love or in a relationship, or whether they just think that, like me, Ichigo has a great ass. I mean, she's not like 3, is she? That would be like, Chris, can you not? Don't. It's a fictional character. Leave me alone, please. Don't do this to me, my man. But yeah, no. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Let's see what else. Yeah, just a lot of fun. Again, it was... and I will say this, too, is a beach episode is the classic excuse for a fan service episode. And while there was obviously some of it in there, specifically with Kokoro and Miku, just that little bit in the beginning where they're just fucking... They don't even kind of try and hide what they're doing. You know, it's... While that was there, I am surprised that that was the only bit of it. It was that for like 10 seconds, and then it was done. And not only does it surprise me, but I really do personally appreciate it. Because I will say this, I make sexual comedy constantly. If you've never sat down and watched a Let's Play of mine, may God have mercy on your soul should you try to. It's just fucking dick jokes constantly. It's awful. Really fun to do, but awful. I find that stuff very entertaining, but fan service itself, I've never really gave that much of a shit about. Like I just mentioned earlier, my favorite show of all time, anime-wise. That isn't Ruby, because while I do agree that it is an anime, I specifically for the argument say that it's not, so that I can give other things my love too, instead of just being all like, you guys know I fucking love Ruby, and I'm gonna tell you guys that enough. But my favorite being the Pet Girl of Sakura So, which is one of those shows that starts off heavy with the fucking fan service. Like, the first episode literally opens up with someone staring at a girl's ass. Like, it puts that shit on Front Street. And then there's the fucking Yuko episode, which is a fucking nightmare, because it's like one of the worst episodes, and yet it's still got some of the best moments. It's a real struggle. It's one of those things where, like, I watch a show like that, and the fan services get to me. Like, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't do anything for me. I feel like it I guess the way to describe it would be like, it wastes time, because I'm a jackass, and that's the way I view things like that. Like, it's time that could have been spent doing other things. It's why, speaking of that show again, it's why when I watched that show, I'm so glad that they at one point just completely fucking drop it. Like, I almost yeah, they pretty much completely dropped the fan service from that show after like the first like 3 episodes, and then of course they sneak one in with the 8th episode. I think that's the Yuko episode. Anyway, but they do that, and then they just completely drop it. It's like, okay, we had our fun, and now I'm going to make you cry for the rest of the show because failure is a major bitch. And I think that is actually one kind of example of the way I do like it, is when it's used to set up expectation, because that was one of the things is I go back and watch that show again, and every time I'm always like, well, it's my favorite show, and then I watch the first like 3 episodes or whatever, and I'm like, is it really? Do I really like it? Do I really give a shit? And then I get past that. I get to like around the 10th episode, and I just fucking go, and then I realize why I fucking loved it so much, is because it may start with that, but it drops it off. So I'm glad that this show, the Darling in the Franxx, does not rely on it. It'll come up every once in a while. Again, it's a show where the sexual, connotations and innuendos are fucking everywhere. Like, the whole main thing is of the Franxx is a fucking doggy style joke. But as much as it's like that, it never just turns it into a fan service fest. It never turns into fucking To Love Ru. No offense to that show. I watched like a little bit of it. I thought it was funny. But like it never just turns into that. And as much as I love it, it never turns into fucking, Hyperdimension Neptunia. I may fucking adore that series, but like it never just completely loses itself to that. It'll have it a little bit here and there, but it doesn't, push it. And I really do personally appreciate that. Because again, I don't hate fan service like that. It's just, I don't need it, I guess, if that makes sense. Just, it takes up time that I don't need. So it was cool when they had it just a little bit in this episode, and then they moved on. I appreciate it because it led to some great moments. Like, again, the little bit with Kokoro, and them finding the town, and, them just hanging out on the beach, the whole discussion about fucking kissing, and the comedy that came with that, and the intrigue that potentially, leads for the other characters, like Goro questioning how he feels about Ichigo. Speaking of Ichigo, the whole fucking scene at the end with Ichigo and Hiro, which, again, bordered on making me want to cry. Thankfully, I don't actually think I've cried in anything except for A Place for It in the Universe, and that one snuck the fuck up on me. I wasn't ready. I really, really enjoyed that scene. And again, I'll say it 100 times over, and it's just going to annoy the shit out of people, but I fucking love Ichigo as a character, and that scene did not hurt. I'm glad, while she didn't, she still got animated, like, she still was like, I was going to say this shit, and then she immediately gets fucked over. And then does the thing where she doesn't fucking say it. Again, that is a cliche and a half, but I'm okay with it. I'm also not at all. I'm dying on the inside. But point is, I'm glad that she's smiling more. I'm glad that she seems to be, while she definitely doesn't seem like she's given up her feelings for Hiro, she does feel like she's coping with them better, which makes me very happy, because she's better when she's smiling. Yeah, I don't think there's much else for me to talk about. Yeah, it's cool that everyone's officially welcomed Hiro and Zero Two into the gang, and it's working out, and I'm glad to see that. Again, really glad to see Jerome getting down with it and getting jiggy and funky and fresh. Yeah, no, I think that's about all I had to say. I really liked the episode. This, and I think episode 5 are my 2 favorites so far, despite, again, this being the totally potential for fan service episode. It wasn't, and I really appreciate that it wasn't. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode of this show and or others. Ooh, one quick question I do want to ask before I send off with my things and my do's. I asked this in Citrus as well, but I'm very curious to see if you in the audience happen to have crossover with other shows that I do. I know some of you do, like my main commenter friend Marino Desposito. Did I just say Desposito? Oh my god, Justin, no. Like, it's... But my man's was the one who recommended I check out Sukasuka and seems to enjoy watching ReZero and stuff, so it's just an example of someone who crosses over between each of those shows. And I'm curious to see how many other people do too. It's because it's something that the analytics can't really tell me, but it is something I'd be very curious to know. So if you care to throw that information down in the comments below, be like, hey, yeah, no, I check out, say, I check out this and Citrus, or I check out this and ReZero, or whatever. So I just, again, not necessary, but I do appreciate it. As for one last thing, and then I'll get to the outros. This is almost a 50-minute fucking video. I didn't realize it was talking so long. I guess there was a lot for me to talk about. Videos this week might be a little fucked up in regards to release schedule, and that basically comes down to I am out of town for like 2-3 days this week, and that's gonna completely fuck with the release of some things, like the latter 3 shows that I do each week. A Place for in the Universe, Sukasuka, oh my god, and ReZero might be a little wonky with the release schedule. I think out of the 3 of those, ReZero would be the most likely to come out when it's supposed to come out, but I don't know. We will see. Again, my internet's being a douche too, so it's trying to get things, downloaded, trying to get things exported and rendered, which is ungodly difficult to do on a time schedule, on a time constraint, because it's 10 hours to fucking edit and export something. It's absurd. It's, oh my god, which is why it terrifies me, the thought of doing Facecam, because it's like, oh, it's going to be a 24-hour render time for one video. But yeah, no, so I look, what the fuck was I trying to say? So things might be coming out weirdly timed this week. In theory, but no matter what happens, when I get back, I'm going to make sure that I can record everything else, so that make sure that everything comes out this week, even if it comes out at the wrong time. Everything should be out by Sunday. Hopefully, we don't have too much trouble with it. I just have to wait and see, I guess. And then as for next week, I officially start my job, and that is going to eat up a decent amount of my time. Again, hopefully, I still have a good few days each week to record, so hopefully that won't get in the way, but I don't know, it might, so I do apologize if that ends up happening. I'm not trying to fuck anyone over, but it's just time is a sass basket. Also starting next week, as I mentioned before, I would very much like to try to get face cam stuff going on. I can't guarantee that that is going to happen. My biggest problem is I feel like that's going to just butcher render times more than they already are, and I'm also worried that storage is a huge problem for me. I'm constantly running out of space on my computer, so I think it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try and see what we can do. Also, other big thing, my camera just shuts the fuck off sometimes. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm so fucking sweaty. God damn it, I hate it. So yeah, those are a bunch of things there. I do apologize for the incredibly long outro, but hopefully you got some info out of it for all of the 3 of you who will watch it. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys checking out the video. If you guys liked it, go ahead and give it some... Oh, one last thing. Holy fucking shit, thank you to everyone who's been watching videos on the channel. Last week was the most supportive fucking week I've ever had on the goddamn channel. Everybody was liking shit. Everybody was watching shit. It's awesome. It's just the amount of support and, viewership and shit like that on the last week of videos has been awesome. So thank you so much to everyone who was a part of that. Hopefully we can keep it up, keep up that growth, and not like the growth on Heroes' chests. We want to keep that as low as possible. God damn. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and double hit the like button, comment button, subscribe buttons, and share buttons. I'd love it if you do it, but don't double, you know the thing. Yeah, like it if you liked it. Comment down below if you guys have any thoughts on the episode, any thoughts on my style, and stuff. I know I got a little bit of criticism on a recent video that I did, which I appreciate, because they weren't an asshole about it. They're like, hey man, maybe you just don't talk so fucking much, and I'm like, okay, but also no, okay, because I'd like to talk. Yeah, so if you guys have any information or anything like that, by all means, the comments are down there. Just don't spoil stuff. You know how it is. Share it if you want to share it. No one ever does, but that's okay. Who gives a shit, really? And subscribe if you guys want to see more in the future. And again, the schedule for each week, which I feel I need to update now that the new stuff is out, is Wednesday is Citrus. Again, obviously this week might be funky, as well as potentially next week getting used to doing new stuff. But Citrus on Monday, obviously Darling in The Franxx on Tuesday. Wednesday is A Place Further in the Universe, Suka Suka on Thursday, and Friday is ReZero. So if those things spark your interest, go get it. You go get it. Take it. Tell them how it is, Shia. Anyway, yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode, episode 8 of Darling in The Franxx, and or whatever else happened you guys happen to fucking watch. Yeah. Toodles, doodles, and Ichigo is best. Just best. Not girl, not boy. She just is best. Fight me. But don't actually really do that, because you will win, because I am a fragile boy baby. And a pacifist. But mostly the first thing. Yeah. Toodles, doodles, and lemons, everybody. Holy shit, it's a 51-minute fucking video.